Do we need role models as we age? I grew up without heroes, so I was kind of surprised that I asked myself this question the other day. I think in my youth, most of my friends had heroes, wanted to be like somebody, imitated somebody, but that phase seems to have skipped me. Of course, I had 3 older brothers who I at times admired and imitated, so maybe they were my role models. But to some degree, I think I adopted the hippie ethos popular in my youth: do your own thing. I was perfectly happy just being me. I really didn't want to be like anyone else. And maybe I even had a negative role model, someone I didn't want to be like, and that was my father. An apt description of him was that he was a real piece of work. I remember when my age was still in the single digits during a fight, he spat at me, "You'll grow up to be just like me." And to a degree, he was right. I had older brothers who were already adults, and they turned out very much like him. But I vowed aloud that I would never be like him, and I've strived throughout my life to make sure that came true. So maybe I had a role model in the negative, an example of what I did not want to be. But do I have role models for aging? I only had one surviving grandparent, a grandmother. Things were tougher and lives were shorter in those days. I loved her dearly, and she doted on me, and perhaps she influenced me to have a positive view of the aging process. But she represented how a woman born in the late 1800s might age, not how I might. She used to have me over for tea, something I just can't see myself doing. I know gender has become a fraught issue lately, and I'm unapologetically male. I have no issue with people having other approaches, but I sometimes wonder, how should I be an older man? Should I go out front in my underwear and yell at the kids to stay off my lawn? Or should I go to the park and play frisbee like I did in the hippie era? Maybe role models would be helpful. Within my family, I pretty much draw a blank. My brothers grew up to be just like my father, just as he predicted, but I never want to be like them. So I guess the next most accessible option is celebrities. I always wondered why every issue of AARP magazine has a photo of an aging celebrity, but I guess that might be one of their goals, to provide role models. And it seems like the readers think so too. I've always found this annoying. I don't see how celebrities with plastic surgery, Botox, personal chefs, and trainers have any relevance to me. They don't seem like real people to me. But it was an actor that prompted me to ask myself this question. I saw Robert De Niro in a movie titled The Intern. He was about my age now when he made that movie a decade ago. And I thought the role he played was a pretty good role model. Calm, experienced, introspective.
Hi, Jules. I'm Ben, your new intern.
I'm glad you also see the humor in this.
Be hard not to.
It keeps busy.
Mr. Congeniality. Everybody loves him.
You should dress to impress. Tuck in the shirt. Why doesn't anybody tuck anything in anymore? Oh, I'm asking you.
But of course, that was only a role. De Niro himself is not someone I want to be or be like. Then there's the issue of role models for your final exit. I mean, how do you check out, like Hemingway or Hunter Thompson? Or more like Steinbeck or Leonard Cohen, who seems to have departed with a bit of dignity and class? I guess there are positives and negatives to having role models. Perhaps it's a shorthand way of holding a mirror up to yourself or asking how you would like to act and how you would like to be perceived. Role models let you imagine what is possible, running a marathon at 80, hiking rim to rim. Then again, it can be frustrating if you don't have the health, ability, or money to live like those you admire. I mean, one of the sayings I have adopted with age is, you're entitled to be cranky now and then. Perhaps you don't have to accomplish great things. Maybe living with simple dignity through pain and loss, an internal process, is the way to go. Maybe following the ethos of my youth to do your own thing without role models is better. I've gone through most of my life having sure answers to most issues, but the older I get, the less I know. And frankly, I don't know if having role models for aging is desirable. What do you think? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for your input, and thank you for watching.